in traffic when you're on those first few laps. That's the easiest time to gain and lose. You wanted that extra grip. I think they're going to save their last set of reds, which is a brand new set, for the end of the race. Let's get these two hard stints out in the middle here and save your best tires progressively for later in the race as we get closer to the end.
There was a slight delay on letting Alex Palou go. Not sure it's enough to make an almighty difference in this contest, but you never know. You never know. Rahal now leads from his teammate DeFrancesco. Scott McLaughlin is third, Ward is fourth, then it's Armstrong, Palou, Siegel, Power, Malukas, and Rosenquist. As in now comes Devlin DeFrancesco from second. Georgia.
And unlike his teammates, he did not start on the sticker reds. They're going on. Right now they're going to leave the wing the same. The biggest thing for Devlin is just to have a smoothly executed day.
Ward rolling down the pit lane. He is going to get off a used set of the softs. He's still got a sticker. New set to go. This is the primary set. He told me after the warm-up, the primaries are better than he thought. A little bobble exiting pit lane. Not too bad, though, for Harry McLaren.
So let's see where these guys blend out. It was that battle with DeFrancesco and Alex Palou. Here comes Palou down the front straightaway. DeFrancesco will be beat quite easily out to the line. He'll have a chance to accelerate. Where does Ward come out?
But here's the fascinating thing as well, Townsend. Palou has gone onto used hards. Dev is back on the softs. A really intriguing roll of the dice by RLL to go soft for their first two stints. We have this new tyre rule this weekend, and already we're seeing very different strategies employed by the different teams.
James, if it were me, I do not want to finish this race on the hard tire. That seems like a huge gamble. Let's listen to some radio from his teammate, Graham Rahal, race leader.
Here, think about plan C. Let's go to Prairie here, and let's Palou nothing.
So let's go to trying to be cryptic from the team side, saying plan C, and Graham just spelling it out for everyone. All right, let's go to primes if Palou doesn't. Well, Palou did. So we believe he's going to pit next lap, still on the early side of that window, but a little bit manageable. So will he go to another set of the softs?
Sounds like he's going to do soft, which, as you guys are saying, will stick him on the tire you don't want to be on for the final two stints of the race.
And you saw Graham Rahal's right thumb go up and hit the OT, the overtake button, using some seconds to push the pass. You get 200 seconds of extra 50 horsepower of turbo boost. He's using it just a little bit on this in-lap to try to make it as fast as possible and make sure he doesn't fall into the throes of Alex Palou.
Foster on the inside of Lundgaard down into turn one, forces him off and makes the move. Now Rossi trying to fight back against the guy who is in the car he drove last year. Can't hang it around the outside. All coming unglued here.
The rookie getting his elbows out. Georgia, you're getting ready for Graham Rahal. In he comes.
And Graham Rahal told me earlier today, we're going to see what Palou does. That's our plan. He's going to a sticker set of black tires. They're going to fill it up with fuel, and he's got it away.
Interesting. So from sticker set to fresh, Jack.
Scott and Mac's team are ready with a set of the used red softer tyre. I spoke to his engineer Ben Bretzman and said, it's a pretty nice start for you. Just on that lap before he pit, he was the fastest car on track by quite a healthy margin. They were considering a front wing change, slight bobble there, but down pit lane he goes.
Let's see where Graham Rahal comes out in comparison. To Alex Palou. There he is on the right-hand side of your screen in the red and yellow DHL Honda. Graham Rahal should have track position, but will be on the colder tyres. Palou's will be up to temperature, and we have seen all the way through this season what a on FS1. The NASCAR Cup Series heads to the heartland of America as the biggest stars in racing look to bring home a victory in Kansas. Coverage of the Advent Health 400 begins at 1:30 Eastern with the green flag flying at 3
Palou got
on
hurt or something.
FS1. Meanwhile, Graham Rahal continues to lead here at the Indianapolis Motor
MGU unit issue. I guess say MGU unit's a bit redundant because isn't that what the
U stands for unit.
Yeah.
Guys, a reminder, the top four, Rahal on new blacks, Palou on used blacks, McLaughlin on used reds, DeFrancesco on new reds. Four entirely different strategies. in the top 4 positions of this race, waiting to play out, not even at half distance yet.
And just to clarify, when we say the used hards, that's really just a scuff. That's something they would have done in practice or in warm-up, just run one out lap straight back in to take that shine off the tire. That helps the tire come up to temperature a little bit quicker on these out laps, which, as we're seeing in these green flag pit cycles, are so important. So it's not that they've got 2, 3, 4 laps on these things. It's literally just a scuff.
Back on board with Christian Lundgaard, courtesy of Mission Foods. Let's listen to some radio.
If you want it, a Fuel 85 and get you another lap, how is your balance? Yeah, I mean, the tires are going off, so these guys are still fast. Copy that.
So that's Brian Barnhart, the strategist for the 7 crew, telling Christian Lundgaard that if he wants to run a lap longer, he needs to hit a fuel number to earn the mileage, save a few drops of fuel, and that'll extend his pit window.
But here's what I don't like. He says the tires are still going off, even though the cars around me are still fast, and from what we've seen, going longer isn't actually beneficial for track position. It's actually pitting a lap earlier that has been the big move so far. So I'm not sure if I'm in the 7 car, I want to get that extra lap.
Listen, if you undercut every stint, you have to run a monster finish. There's no free lunch in this business. What you don't want to do is have to limp home at the end of the day.
And the other thing you don't want, if you are the leader of this race, is to be coming up to traffic you have to lap. But that is exactly the situation that's befallen Graham Rahal. His lead of around 0.8 of a second cut almost in half now as he comes up to the back of Jacob Abel. Of course, in this championship, if you are on the lead lap, you can defend your position on that lead lap